Hey everyone, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So we are doing a Mercury retrograde, get your support on type of readings, and we're combining them into each of the element signs, okay? So clearly right now we're going to start with Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Welcome back to everyone to the channel. It has been a very fun mid of the month for me, and so I apologize about being gone a little bit. My intent was to come back and do the mid-months. We had lots of, let's just say, technical challenges, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring forth the information this way, because Mercury retrograde, as you know, has the ability and the capability to challenge people when it comes to technology, when it comes to communication, when it comes to you know, lots of different types of things. And so I know I was suffering some of that with the pre-shadow that happened a couple of weeks ago. You would not believe how many times I recorded and re-recorded the end of the month bi-monthly for you guys. It just was not going to happen. So I said, fine, I'm going to focus on doing the event that I did, and a lot of personal readings and some additional events that I did. And fine, I focused on doing that. But here we are at this point, and I wanted to sit down and I wanted to focus on each of the elements and what it is that you could potentially be running into for Mercury retrograde. And yes, I am doing the entire October for each of the zodiacs independently. However, as a group, water signs, there's some things that are going to be showing up in your environment. So we have a card specifically for each of the different signs. So Cancers, it looks as though you have an opportunity to really own some of the different energies that are in your environment with the Magician card showing up here. I really enjoy seeing this card for you. It means that you are at a point where you can master the different elements that are there within you and really start to create this magic here in the Mercury retrograde. Now, Scorpios, we have the Queen of Cups, the Mother of Cups is what it's titled here in this particular card, which means that there is a softening in one sense for you. There's a lot of energy around the wearing your heart on your sleeve, I guess, is one of the things, but actually the mothering aspect of what comes through for Scorpio, like really like going in and massaging the different details that are going to come out. And I love the fact that this showed up here for you. So when we sit down and we talk about our Pisces now, we've got the area of justice. So because we have two major arcanas that popped out for Cancer and Pisces, we will go back and explore those independently in just a little bit. But there are some cards that are going to be in common for each of you water signs in different ways that this is going to affect you for this next period. So again, Mercury retrograde starts on the 26th and it doesn't end until we get to the midpoint of October. But what's going to be very fascinating, as you guys know, is that we have a couple of other planets that are in retrograde, specifically Jupiter and Saturn, and those are going to be coming out of retrograde, their own independent retrograde. So yes, we still have 5 planets in retrograde, you guys. Okay, so the card spread that I'm going to do here is going to indicate the common themes for all of you and how these individual components make it up for each of you guys collectively as our necessary water, our emotions, and expansion that way. Okay, so let's go ahead and give me the information, the common themes for our water signs during Mercury retrograde. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, we get the energy of the Hangman here, which is titled Sacrifice in this card, and I realize that there's a little bit of glare, so I will hold those up here. Maybe I move them over here. The second card is Spiritual Union, which is basically the Two of Cups energy. Okay, so sacrifice a little bit. What else do we have for our water signs? And then we have the Four of Cups, so that's very interesting. And then what else do we have for our water signs for Mercury retrograde? Is there more? Yes. All about the throat chakra, communication. Is there anything else for our water signs for Mercury retrograde? Yes. Okay. All right. So, oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, cool. So, let me put those cards down here. Water signs in common for Mercury retrograde, okay? We have the energy of sacrifice, or the hangman energy. There's Pluto. If you want to put the astrology into it, we have the spiritual union card, which is the same thing as the Two of Cups. And then we go on to the Four of Cups. The discontent and boredom card is what this happens to be titled. The one thing in common for all of you guys as I'm looking at this particular progression of areas is making sure that you have your, I said throat chakra earlier, I'm sorry, this is the third eye chakra. There's awareness that is coming towards you. And we have the 1111 card. We have the Four of Wands sitting here. So foundation and achievements. So overall, guys, what it does look like is that you have the potential for this retrograde to not really affect you as much as you think. We are going to go into a little bit of understanding how these cards tie in with your specifics, Cancer, this Magician card that shows up here. Let's talk about sacrifice. Let's talk about the hangman. Let's talk about what Pluto does when it comes in. Pluto wants to come in and make things change, right? So this is going in and it's talking about, for you specifically, it's going in and it's talking about hanging out, receiving the different pieces of information that you should be getting from the universe. You don't always have to self-sacrifice, but what you are being asked to do is recognize there's something else that might be on its way towards you, okay? And the Magician is saying whatever this happens to be for you is going to be allowing you to be able to manage and manipulate the situation to your betterment, okay? With regards to the spiritual union card here, two like-minded individuals or groups of people coming together. It could be love that's coming in here. It could be the love of maybe someone else that you're connected to here. Maybe you're needing to make a sacrifice because something's going on within their particular work environment. With this discontent and boredom, there's an opportunity for you to see that there's a shift that your partner could potentially going through. And if this is particularly you, there might be something that you're recognizing that significantly needs to change within the relationship in order to get to this next point. There's an awareness that is coming up to you with this third eye chakra, okay, or something that you need to focus on. And then the foundation and achievement card that shows up here, this 1111 in the house, is actually a really great card for appreciating and understanding that there is some joy and there's some growth that could potentially happen within your family walls. Now, we say family walls, and I also have to put it this way for work as well, because many of us right now are working from home. So you can put the energy into knowing that there's some awareness about something that maybe needs to shift within your personal relationship and or your work environment. But at the end of the day, you are in a good position to receive this information, Cancer, and then also manage that. Now, Scorpio, with this Mother of Cups, with this Queen of Cups energy, again, highly psychic information. What we have is kind of the same thing. There is an opportunity for you to receive, and this is what I'm getting, more downloads. So Scorpio, what I feel is happening specifically for you with the commonalities that are here is that this sacrifice, this Pluto information that's coming in, is more about how do we get Scorpio to a point where they can be quiet and utilize this time to be quiet, receive the information that's coming from Spirit. And this is divine union. And I feel for a lot of you, this is a lot of higher self trying to come in at this particular moment. And what I feel is happening for you specifically when it comes to offers or opportunities that are on their way, helping you shift and shake out anything that may or may not be in your best and highest good, or at least sharing with you the different multiple opportunities that you have. Again, same concept. Your third eye chakra, very specifically, I'm getting is going to be put on blast a little bit, and you're going to be receiving a lot more content from universe, and it does have a lot to do with your growth with this 1111 foundation and achievement card that's coming in here. Pisces, justice, Libra energy, okay? The balance of the scales coming for you. For you, this is a different type of a situation at this particular moment for me. What this is telling me is that you had a challenge in the past with feeling as though you had to go in and be the sacrificial lamb, okay? This wasn't so much about Pluto as much as it was you having to be the sacrificial lamb and you feeling as though you needed to put your needs, you put your needs behind and other people's needs in front of you. Well, that's no longer going to be the case by the time we complete this Mercury retrograde, because you are definitely going to be coming into union, and this is not higher self for me. This is specifically the energy of you connecting with someone and that person helping you to clear up whatever this discontent and boredom may have been. Now, the reality of the situation is, Pisces, this Four of Cups energy that shows up here, and I want you to take a look at this one. I like the image on this particular card, okay? I'm using the Psychic Tarot deck here for you guys. The discontent and boredom that shows up here with this is there's this opportunity that's out here. All this world is wide open. And all it takes is for this individual to kind of get out of their pity party about kind of where they've been a little bit, turn around, and then see that there's multiple avenues and multiple opportunities. The actual universe here is opened up, and there's multiple paths. I know it's kind of hard to see on this one, but there's multiple paths that are available. And so you can get out of your particular situation that's going on, whatever was holding you back or whatever you felt was a little bit too much of your efforts going into something is going to be cleared up. Same type of a situation. What I feel is that your third eye chakra is going to be, you're going to be made aware. It's just going to be like this big, whatever the kind of the situation was that's going on. There's a lot of light that's going to be shining on your particular situation, and it's going to be for the greatest good of everyone that's involved. Whatever was potentially wrong in the situation is going to be leveled out. So it looks as though from this general, each of you water signs is going to actually have not that big of a change when it comes to the Mercury retrograde of being so effective. I know a lot of people get into all of the negative connotations about what Mercury retrograde is, but Mercury retrograde is really here to slow some things down. And yes, it can affect communication, but what that means for you is going in and figuring out your particular part of the conversation, or I should say, realizing that other people are going to be communicating things to you in a different manner. So being able to absorb and understand that and slow it down a little bit, whether it comes to conversation, whether it comes to work, personal contracts, when it comes to negotiating different types of things, when it comes to different portions of technology and having to work together. I think really that's what it is. It's a reset, it's a rewind, it's a reevaluation for everyone. So it should not be really looked at as this ominous type of situation that shows up. It gives you the opportunity to realize where you can slow down and focus on a couple of different things. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a couple of different cards. We're going to do a couple little cards to see if there's anyone specific that we need to focus on, and then we're going to finish this off for you guys here with several different oracle cards so that we can tie everything together for you. Okay, now specifically I want to look at Cancer. I would like to know, since we have the Magician here, is there anything specific that we need to focus on? Because the Magician would indicate that you have Virgo, Gemini energy, specifically that could be supporting or affecting your specific decision here. I just want to kind of call that out here. So if we look at personalities, who does Cancer need to focus on? If they don't have Virgo and Gemini in their chart, show me. Anything else? What else can tie this together for our Cancer? Oh, well, we have 1,500 cards. We're not going to take them. Let's just take a couple. All right. So we have the Moon card. Well, there you are. It's going to reveal itself here, friends. Okay. Let's see. What else? And we have the Four of Pentacles that shows up. I like that. And one more card. Thank you. What we have is the Empress. I like this. So, this is just going to be a really good situation for you, Cancer. What you need to know is going to be revealed before the end of this period. The Four of Pentacles energy is talking about your stability in a particular situation. The Empress energy is that energy of Libra and Taurus, having everything that you need, being able to manifest. So Cancer, you guys are going to be in a great position before the end of this Mercury retrograde to harness this, if you can do that, to bring forth whatever it is that you need Okay, let's move now on to our Scorpio here with this Mother of Cups, this Queen of Cups energy that's coming in. What else do we have here with this Mother of Cups? And I do feel, Scorpio, that is the energy of yourself here in this particular position. Let's see what else we have. What other individuals or influences? Well, that was super quick. Okay. We definitely have choices with this Two of Wands that's coming up here. We definitely have choices and options when it comes to growth, apprenticeship, additional learning coming together. This could be work related for several people, different details that are going to come forward before the end of the month here. There could be an opportunity for you to realize that you have one choice that may be a little bit better or different than the other here before the end of this particular period for Mercury retrograde. So again, what you're going to want to do is just slow down a little bit, okay? Two of Wands energy, it doesn't matter which direction you go, because whatever direction you go in is going to be the right direction for you. But if you're looking to make a change in your environment when it comes to working or collaboration, or trying to learn something new, you definitely are going to take advantage of that this Mercury retrograde, because this Eight of Cups energy is saying you may have finished everything that you can do in one particular area, and you're going to be able to move on and do something completely different at this particular time. So either way, this is really, really good information. Again, the awareness is going to come to you as well. All right, Pisces, let's figure out what's going on with this Libra energy that you have. What's going on with justice here? What do we need to know, or who could potentially be in your energy here that is going to be involved in these different changes and setups for you? Pisces, okay, what do we have here? Ooh, we've got the Sun card. We've got Leo that shows up here. I like that. I really like this. We have the Five of Pentacles placement in the reverse position. So technically what it means is that there is, again, this reshift of something that may have gone on differently or wonkily in the past, getting ready to turn itself around. Five of Pentacles coming out of that area or that issue of feeling as though you didn't have what you needed, disappointment, and the universe definitely having your back. Well, looky what we have here. We have the Lover's energy that pops through for you. So we definitely have Gemini information that comes in as an influence. And then you also had the energy of Sagittarius coming through with this whatever. I love Pisces. Whatever you guys have going on, it looks like for this Mercury retrograde, you are going to be in a really good position, because you have the ultimate balance of what happens between what justice wants to come bring forward and towards you, but also this magic that's happening behind the scenes and making sure that everything that happens is in moderation. I love that. So there's a lot of magic that's happening here for you, Pisces, specifically, and I love to be able to see that. That's so cool. But again, if you're looking at particular people, again, you're looking at this huge energy with our sun signs here. It could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I really feel for me that this is going to be very heavy. I feel Leo out of this, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm getting the energy of Leo very much. But again, the Lovers, when we have this conversation, very similar to this Two of Cups, is making right decisions, the decisions being made being the right and appropriate decision for you. But of course, it is very heavy Gemini information. Okay, having had said all that, let us move now over into a couple of different oracles, just so that we can see if there's anything else that we can pull out for each of you guys collectively as a unit here. And so we're going to go in with a couple of different oracles. I'm going to start here with the Lantern Oracle. All right, here we go. Water signs, Mercury retrograde. Ooh, okay. We actually have two that want to step forward. Okay. We have the energy of repair. Okay. And we also have the energy of false beliefs. And I'm assuming we have one more for Pisces. Yes, we do. There it is. The energy that we have here for Pisces is voice. I love that. Okay. So what we definitely have here is something being corrected, repair. So this is basically talking about making amends, and rather than specifically fun times, revealing a relationship's true Constitution. That specifically is going to be for our Cancer friends. I'm just trying to see if you can get that. I love the imagery of this particular deck. So that has a lot to do, again, specifically for what it is that you can expect to happen during this Mercury retrograde for you. Now, for our Scorpio friends, what we have here is false beliefs. And what we've got going on here is that once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways that we can release the false limitations they confine us to, which makes a lot of sense, because this is why the Eight of Cups would show up here for you. Something that you thought was supposed to be, or you thought you put a lot of energy into, you thought was going to be a really great situation for you, potentially, is not necessarily all the different information that you were supposed to be getting out of it. You're making that realization. So once you own your intuition on this particular situation and stick with it, then you're going to be able to figure out for yourself what that was. Give yourself a break. When we get to our Pisces, we have the card called Voice. You are here to be known. So speak and be seen. Well, if you were being shut down before, you definitely are going to be open and available to have this communication with the Voice card that comes out here for you, my Pisces friends. Okay, let's move forward. Let's see what else we've got. Okay. Legends card. Learn from those that inspire you. So I'm saying these are collectively for everyone. So I'm going to put these up here. Okay. Learn from those that inspire you. Okay. Legends. I'm going to take a card here from our Ganesha Oracle. I love this one. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Understanding. This is going to be something that's very important for you guys to be able to have. Understanding your perspective in the situation and have a level of understanding and respect for the other person's situation that might be coming through and that you're dealing with in this particular area. Sometimes we have to slow down in order to speed up. And that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to be asked to understand their perspective, and you are going to want to be able to speak your truth into the particular situation as you are all migrating collectively here, water signs, for what's getting ready to happen for you. Okay, we're going to pull one more card here for the general, and then we're going to pull a specific card from the sacred geometry that you can work with. We're going to give you your crystal card. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so the information that you get here is the listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. You're going to have to really focus, water signs, on making sure that you are focused, you are listening to yourself, your own inner guidance for this particular period that's here, and don't second guess it. Okay, listen to your own individual heart. Okay, now collectively, water signs, I'm going to pull one of our sacred geometry cards here just to see if there's anything specific that will tie a potential usage for a crystal, which is one of the reasons I love this card, or anything else that this particular deck wants to pull out. Here we go. Okay. Hey, expansion is the card that comes out. This is about evolving and expanding for you guys. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Like I said, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you guys are all in good positions here to navigate these different changes that are all going to show up for the better for you. So I'm going to place this card here just underneath the Evolve and Expand card. And let me grab my booklet here and let's move over to 35. And let's see exactly what 35 has to say. I'm mostly focusing on the connective piece for you guys for crystal support during this time, should you want to have it. And what we have is the ammonite fossil, we have showerite, and we have the chrysanthemum stone. But what we do have here, I like this. I'm going to go ahead and read the practical application. With the expansion of consciousness, right? And that is exactly what is happening here, the expansion of consciousness. I love that it's collective. The true gifts of awakening, that love, understanding, nurturing, balance, and a development of the sixth sense in the form of clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and claircognizance. This can be achieved through meditation, yoga, reading, integrated healings, and different workshops. Please listen to the frequencies aligned to your specific vibration and realize how wonderful they are. As we gain the knowledge needed to expand within our own consciousness, it becomes imperative that we walk our talk to work with that ever-changing ebbs and flows of life, okay? So really what this is coming down to with this awakening card, that this expansion card that we have here, this understanding, this listening to your heart, and then making sure that you have the appreciation for learning from those that inspire you. That's what you do have with your expansion this particular month. That really you guys are in a really, really good position. So water signs, like I said, this was just a real quick what's going to happen, what guidance am I getting for your Mercury retrograde specifically, and how you can use these different energies to your advantage. It looks like you guys are going to be in a really great spot. Hopefully you were able to resonate with the majority of this content and take some decent information out of this. If you didn't, make sure that you're looking at your, I would, like I said, these are your elements. Make sure that you're aware of your sun, moon, and rising as far as where those elements happen to sit. Let's say that 3 times fast so that you can get the benefit of getting a full picture, and then be on the lookout for the individual deeper dive that we're going to take into each of the signs that should be posted here very quickly. Thank you so much for tuning back in, and now we are going to move on to our next sign. Many blessings to you guys.